Well, Adam, good to see you again. How's your summer been and life in general since retirement?
Pretty quiet, if I'm honest. A holiday as soon as the season had finished, and then the next 7-8 weeks kind of just spent at home really. The club gave me a few extra weeks off, which I kind of just felt I needed before kind of starting my role. And Will and Johannes and everyone were great and forthcoming in that, and excited kind of to get started. And what a better way than kind of coming away and kind of getting straight into it really. And it's been great, working with Will and his staff and getting to meet new people and seeing the boys again.
Plenty of messages of thanks and admiration following your retirement announcement. Do you have a message for the fans who sent them in? It must have been really great for you to see when you closed that chapter on your playing career.
Yeah, it was nice to kind of get it done really. I've kind of been thinking about retirement probably for the last 3-4 years. It's always been in the back of my mind, and do I kind of keep going? And at the back end last season when Johannes asked me to kind of change my role and support Rusky, it was a bit of a no-brainer really for me. I felt it was just the right timing, and if I could help the club in a tough moment, then it just made sense. So calling time was, I think a few people have said, do you regret it? And it's like, definitely no. It definitely felt right. I felt like I kind of got 2 or 3 years extra out of myself, I think. But it comes to a stage where your body definitely is speaking to you, and probably mine had been for a few years extra really.
Just harking back to last season quickly, it was obviously a tricky season for the club in terms of results on the pitch, but how much of a learning curve was it for you in terms of moving from player into the coaching role, and how much is that going to help this season?
Yeah, it was challenging, I think, just because of the situation we were in, and obviously the points tally kind of loomed over us and the players, and it was an extraordinarily difficult year for many reasons. I think any season when there's 3 managers kind of speaks the obvious really, and I think what's important now is that we kind of don't have a hangover. We're able to kind of freshen things up. Obviously you can do that so much with Will, and obviously with Trolls and a few new additions, but it's important we kind of don't have a hangover, and we kind of hit the ground running, and that's probably my main focus now, and kind of help generate that new energy, that new platform to hit the ground running in the Championship.
Yeah, on this season, obviously you're taking up a new role in the coaching setup. How excited are you to get going?
Really excited. I met Will in the summer, and kind of as soon as I had a meeting with him and we spoke for 2-3 hours about football, and I kind of knew straight away that I'd be able to come and work under Will and support him in any way I can really. I'm extremely new to coaching, and although it's the same sport, it's kind of completely different, and it feels completely different. So I'm grateful that he's kind of given me the opportunity to be on the grass, and I'm just willing to support him and help him and the boys in any way I can really.
How have you found the first few days working with Will? Do you feel like you share a lot of the same coaching philosophies, or is there a nice mix of styles?
I think I do, yeah. I think we share, because during my playing career I was able to work with 4 or 5 top managers, and from one extreme probably to another. So kind of working with Will and figuring out how he wants to see the game, how he wants his teams to function. I can definitely kind of go back to a certain stage in my playing career where I've played how he wants to play, so I kind of know how to kind of try and get that at players, what to look for, and I think that's where I can kind of just go back to certain moments in my career, and there's definitely links to how Will wants to play. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be too difficult. It's always nice kind of meeting new people and getting new ideas and seeing what training methods he uses to get kind of the outcomes out of the team. And hopefully in some way I can help him and the boys because of the experience I had as a player. But transmitting that as a coach into the group, into the team is what I need to learn kind of how to do it. And yeah, this is the start really of hopefully a long coaching journey.
You talk about your experience there. What do you feel like you can bring individually as a coach to this group that the players will lean on and use this season?
I'm not sure, but maybe because I not so long ago was a player, I can kind of relate to what it feels like being out there and what you need to have, how it feels, and I can still look at it from a player's point of view because obviously not so long ago I was out there, but you know, it's a completely new chapter really, a new role, so I'm open to kind of just learning on the job really, and like I said, the conversations I had with Will, he was extremely open for that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to definitely this season and hopefully having a strong competitive season and regaining promotion.
And just on this week now, what are the aims for this week for you guys as a coaching staff?
I think, you know, we're still, you know, it's a new coaching setup. You know, I've never worked with Trolls before, although we know a lot of the same people and have worked with a lot of the same people. Same with the boss. So it's kind of just figuring out your place within the coaching setup, and there's time for that. You know, we've got a lot of staff here as well, and I think coming away and it being intense and you kind of living in each other's pockets, you kind of figure out what your roles and responsibilities are, and that's exciting. You know, you're outside your comfort zone. It's a new environment, new people, doing new things. So, you know, at times it might be uncomfortable, but I think that's where you can get some really interesting results and positive results off the back of that.
And just lastly, as we look to the upcoming championship season, what are your aims personally as you enter this coaching chapter of your career?
I think it's promotion for the team. I think that's really the only outcome we want to achieve as coaches, as a group of a team. There's nothing individual I'm looking at this season, especially. You know, it's different if you're a player. I think you might have individual goals that you set, but yeah, when you transfer into the dark side, what people say, I think it's my responsibility to support the players and the staff as much as I can really, and that's, you know, I'll be here for whatever player, whatever member of staff to help really.